All right, so we're live here. I'm going to stream. Oop, zoom that down. I'm going to stream a card here. Card 4.4. I've gotten really busy over the last couple of weeks, so I haven't really ran any cards. So this will be actually the first card I've run since I streamed last, which I think was about 2 weeks ago. So the matchups for the card here. Let's go into Obsidian and take a look at these. We've got Bill Longson making his debut against Joe Dusick. We've got Wild Red Berry will be facing Evan Lewis. Ad Santel will be facing the debuting Luthez. The Dusick Riot Squad, which will be Ernie Dusick and Emil Dusick, and they will be seconded, just like Joe Dusick will be, by their brother Rudy Dusick, and they'll be facing Mustachioed Muscle, who is Tom Jenkins and Farmer Burns. Ed Lewis will be facing Frank Gotch. And in our main event, we will see an NWC World's Heavyweight title match where the Great Gama will face Aleksander Aberg, who defeated Ed Lewis. Or did he defeat Ed Lewis? He defeated somebody here on the first card of the year, I believe. Stecker. He defeated Joe Stecker on card 4.1 to win a title shot on card 4.4. So we're going to see that in our main event. Will be Gama's second defense of the title, I believe. I can check in the titles section. NWC World's Heavyweight title. Gama defeated Ed Lewis directly after winning it. He defended against Ed Lewis on the next during his next scheduled defense, and now he will be facing Aleksander Aberg. Aberg did get a shot in year 2 on month 8 against Ed Lewis, and he was defeated. So this is Aberg's second shot at the title. Alrighty then, so let's zoom this back down. And I didn't book the event. There's just too many Dusick matches on this to make it worth booking, since I can't do the manager setup through the book event feature. So I'm just going to manually book these. Let's actually bring up this again and move it onto my other screen so that I can see what's going on with it. And I don't have to constantly keep zooming it back in and out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so our first match is Bill Longson versus Joe Dusick. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Bill Longson. And we will add him to that corner. And Joe Dusick of the Dusick Riot Squad. And Joe Dusick, of course, will be seconded by his brother Rudy. And we'll come in here and we'll say this is a regular match. Okay, so what's going on there? It is not going to let me start that match for some reason. Okay, so let's clear everything out. I'm going to go, let's see. Okay, reconnection was, is it being such a pain in the ass? And we've got Rudy Dusick as the manager. Okay. And now we need Bill Longson. Okay, let's see if this works. I don't know why this... There we go. I don't know why it freaked out last time. There we go. So we're going to start this match up. Hopefully this thing will stop disconnecting, and you'll be able to watch the match all the way through. It wouldn't be one of my streams if it didn't have some measure of technical difficulty and unprofessionalism. All right, so getting to this match. On his way to the ring, hailing from Salt Lake City, Utah, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing in at 240 pounds, Wild Bill Longson. And on his way to the ring, accompanied by his manager, Rudy Dusek, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing in at 230 pounds, Joe Dusek. Bill Longson and Joe Dusek lock up, and it looks like Joe Dusek has the upper hand. Dusek attempts a fishhook on Wild Bill. Bill Longson is hurt. And Dusek with a choice situation here. He could throw Wild Bill Longson into the ropes. Longson has a B ropes rating. Or he could try a double leg takedown 2 that is going to work on 7 or lower plus or minus power. His power is -2, so that's going to be a 5 or lower. Doesn't make much sense to not throw him into the ropes, so that's what we're going to do. And Longson and Dusek are grappling near the ropes. Dusek and Longson are backed into the ropes. Abe Coleman calls for a clean break and gets it. Joe Dusek catches Bill Longson off guard with a quick fireman's carry as they separate. And now, once again, choice situation. We could see it's the same situation. We're going to go for the ropes again. Dusek and Longson grappling near the ropes. And Dusek and Longson are clinched near the ropes. Bill Longson manages to get free and sidestep Joe Dusek, catching him with a quick leg sweep and taking control of the match. And throw Joe Dusek from the ring. I would say that Wild Bill would do that. So during a tangle near the ropes, Joe Dusek falls out of the ring. Longson holds the ropes open to allow Joe Dusek to re-enter. As Dusek steps through the ropes, he shoots in and takes Wild Bill down with a leg whip. Coleman has a chat with Joe Dusek and appears to let him get away with it. But Dusek is going to be in control. And Dusek with another choice situation, single leg takedown. That's going to work on 8 plus or minus agility, which is 1, so that's going to work on 9 or better. Or a bear hug, which is going to work on 8 plus or minus power, which is -2. So that's going to be a 6 or better. I think we're going to see the single leg. And Dusek executes on Wild Bill Longson, and Longson is dazed. Dusek fires a quick jab, and Longson reverses it and takes control of the match. Longson attempts a collar and elbow tie-up. Dusek reverses that and takes control of the match. Now, Joe Dusek attempts a wild punches on Bill Longson. Longson is hurt. Dusek with a headlock takeover on Bill Longson. And Longson is dazed. Dusek with a covert chokehold on Bill Longson. And Longson reverses that and takes control of the match. And Dusek counters Bill Longson's attempt at a punch to the gut. And now Dusek with a headlock takeover. Longson is hurt by the takeover. And Dusek with a back leg trip. Longson is hurt. And gonna back him into the turnbuckles. Dusek backs Longson into the corner. Coleman calls for a clean break, but Dusek has other ideas. Longson is knocked loopy by a wild haymaker thrown by Joe Dusek. And Bill Longson is going to leave the ring. And here we go. Something happened there. Longson rolls out of the ring to recollect himself. And as Longson steps through the ropes, he shoots in and takes Dusek down with a leg whip. Coleman has a chat with Wild Bill Longson and signals for the bell. Apparently he had seen enough. Longson had seen him warn Dusek for the exact same behavior, so he considered it a warning to both men. And when Bill Longson showed unsportsmanlike conduct, he was disqualified. So that's going to be a win for Joe Dusek. We don't need to enter any notes. And here we go. Our second match is Wild Red Berry versus Evan Lewis. So let's go with Red Berry. We are going to use this version of Red Berry and Evan Lewis. we are going to use that version of Evan Lewis. So everything is good there, and we're going to put this on card 4.4 so that we record the results. And let's start our match. On his way to the ring, hailing from Pittsburgh, Kansas, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighing in at 206 pounds, Wild Red Berry. And his opponent, on the way to the ring, hailing from Ridgeway, Wisconsin. Ridgeway, Wisconsin, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 180 pounds, Strangler Evan Lewis. And Berry and Lewis lock up, and it looks like Wild Red Berry has the upper hand. Berry with an overhead wrist lock on Evan Lewis. Lewis is dazed from the pain. Berry attempts a knee lift out of that wrist lock, and Lewis is hurt. Wild Red Berry with an arm stretch and face stomp on Evan Lewis. And Lewis reverses the move and takes control of the match. And Lewis with an Irish whip, he's going to back him into the ropes. Lewis and Berry are grappling near the ropes. Lewis backs away from the ropes, giving Red Berry time to secure a devastating crotch lift and body slam. Now Red Berry attempts a reverse surfboard on Evan Lewis. And Lewis is in pain here. Berry tightens the hold. Lewis is struggling to get free, and Lewis finally manages to break free from the surfboard. But Berry is now firmly in control with an Indian deathlock. Lewis is hurt. And now Red Berry with a headbutt on Evan Lewis. Lewis is hurt. And Berry with another headbutt. Berry not fighting fair here at all. Lewis is hurt. And now Lewis getting frustrated. He counters Red Berry's attempt at a full Nelson. And he attempts a grapevine to shoulder lock. And Red Berry gets free of that. No, he does not. He only has a B. I've explained this before. I don't allow anybody to leave the ring in this era. It's just too early in the history of wrestling. This is supposed to be the early 1930s. So if you have an A ring rating, I'll allow you to roll out to save yourself. If you don't, you have to stay in the ring. That's going to change here probably sometime in the next year or the year after that. I'm not sure whether I want to change it up in the later 1930s or the early 1940s. I'm leaning towards the later 1930s because that's when guys like Dirty Dick Raines and Danny McShane and those sort of guys, Wild Bull Curry, started kind of making their appearances, so I think it makes more sense in that time period. So anyway, no one can roll out of the ring unless they've got an A ring rating, basically. Wild Red Berry is down, and Lewis attempts a hammerlock, switching from that grapevine to shoulder lock to a hammerlock, and Berry is hurt. And Lewis attempts, now he's switching back to that grapevine and shoulder lock. And Berry is hurt still. And now he's going to back him into the ropes. Lewis and Berry are grappling near the ropes. Lewis and Berry are backed into the ropes. Coleman calls for a clean break and gets it. Lewis catches Wild Red Berry off guard with a quick fireman's carry to continue control. Lewis attempts a crotch lift and body slam on Red Berry. And Berry is hurt. Lewis with another crotch lift and body slam. And a cover. And he only gets a 1 count before Red Berry is able to kick out. And now the stranglehold on Wild Red Berry. And Berry is trying to fight the pain as Lewis tightens his stranglehold. Berry struggling to get free, but he can't. Wild Red Berry is forced to submit to Strangler Evan Lewis in our second bout. We don't need any notes. And that was match 2 of our card. Our third match is going to see Ad Santel take on the debuting Lou Thez. So let's set that up. We've got Ad. I guess Ad S is probably the easiest way to get Ad Santel. And Lou Thez. I don't want his black and white card. I'm going to do his color card. And this is also going to be on card 4.4. And we are going to start this match. I don't think I added the information for Luthez about where he's from, so I'll have to flip his card over and find. No, I did. Okay. On his way to the ring, hailing from San Francisco, California, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 190 pounds, Ad Santel. And his opponent, on his way to the ring, hailing from St. Louis, Missouri, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing in at 238 pounds, Lou Thez. Santel and Thez lock up, and it looks like Thez has the upper hand. Santel counters Lou Thez's attempt at a rolling short arm scissors. And now Santel backs Thez into the turnbuckle. And Coleman orders Santel and Thez to break clean, but Santel throws a wild haymaker at the head of Lou Thez. Thez ducks the attack and takes him down with a powerful double leg, gaining control of the match. Thez with a dropkick on Ad Santel. And Thez covering after that dropkick, and it's only a 1 count. Thez with the Greco-Roman backdrop on Ad Santel. And that is it. 1, 2, 3. Santel is finished. An unlucky roll of 3 on that Greco-Roman backdrop, which I believe is only like a +1 finisher, so. And no, we are good for that. That was a very short match. Wasn't expecting that. Was definitely expecting it to go on. Unfortunately, Ad Santel has not had the greatest success rate in the promotion here. So the next match is going to see the Dusek Riot Squad of Ernie and Emil Dusek. And they will be in there with their brother Rudy Dusek. And let's set him to be the blue manager. And they will be in there with Mustachioed Muscle, so that's Tom Jenkins. And Farmer Burns. Card 4.4, we're going to start this match. On their way to the ring, accompanied by their brother Rudy Dusek, hailing from Omaha, Nebraska, at a total combined weight of 470 pounds, Ernie and Emil Dusek, the Dusek Riot Squad. And their opponents, on the way to the ring, at a total combined weight of 380 pounds, Tom Jenkins and Farmer Burns, Mustachioed Muscle. Ernie Dusek and Tom Jenkins lock up, and it looks like Jenkins has the upper hand. Jenkins attempts a headlock on Ernie Dusek. Dusek reverses the move, takes control of the match. Ernie Dusek makes the tag to Emil Dusek, and the Dusek Riot Squad hit Tom Jenkins with a corner pummel. This looks like it's going to be a pin. Would we like to save your partner? I'm going to say no. I think Jenkins can handle this on his own. Roll of 4 is required. He rolls a 10, so that was a good call. Dusek is pinning Tom Jenkins and only gets a 1 count. But the Duseks are in complete control of this one. Emil Dusek attempts a front facelock choke on Tom Jenkins. Jenkins reverses the move and takes control of the match. Front chancery or duck under takedown. The duck under takedown is 3, and it works on 6 plus or minus agility, which is 0, so that's going to work on 6 or better. Or the front chancery, which is going to work on 6 plus or minus power, which is -1. So we're going to see the duck under takedown. Jenkins executes, and it looks like it's going to be a pin on the Dusek's part. I think they can handle this as well, so we're going to say no. Rudy Dusek should not distract the referee. And we've got a 2 count. Jenkins is pinning Emil Dusek, and he only gets a 2. And with that, we're going to see a tag to Farmer Burns. Now Burns locks on that chicken wing on Emil Dusek, and I am going to say that yes, Ernie Dusek would like to save his partner. And that did not work, apparently. Should Rudy Dusek try to distract the referee? No. Ernie Dusek tries to save Emil Dusek, but Tom Jenkins cuts him off. Emil Dusek is trying to fight the pain. Burns tightens the hold. Emil Dusek is struggling to get free. Emil Dusek submits. So that is going to do it. Another quick match. As Mustachioed Muscle really take it to the Dusek Riot Squad. Apparently, Rudy Dusek should have gotten involved. He decided that his brother could handle it, but then Tom Jenkins cut him off. And that was all she wrote as Emil Dusek submits to the chicken wing from Farmer Burns. In our semi-final match, we're going to see Strangler Ed Lewis take on Frank Gotch. That is not the Strangler card that we want. That is Frank Gotch. There we go. We're going to go to match 4.4. We're going to start this one up. On his way to the ring, hailing from Louisville, Kentucky, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing in at 236 pounds, Ed Strangler Lewis. And his opponent, on his way to the ring, hailing from Humboldt, Iowa, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing in at 208 pounds, Frank Gotch. Ed Lewis and Frank Gotch lock up, and it looks like Gotch has the upper hand. Frank Gotch and Ed Lewis are grappling near the ropes. Gotch and Lewis back into the ropes. Coleman calls for the clean break and gets it. Frank Gotch catches Ed Lewis off guard with a quick fireman's carry. Gotch attempts a headlock after that fireman's carry. Headlock and trip, excuse me. Lewis is hurt by the trip. Gotch attempts a headbutt on Ed Lewis. Lewis, not having any of that, reverses the move, takes control of the match. Now Lewis with a single leg takedown. Gotch is hurt. And now Lewis with a double wrist lock. He's got a B ring rating, so he can't roll out. So Gotch is down. Lewis can throw him out of the ring, though. As Frank Gotch backs towards the ropes, Ed Lewis shoves him from the ring. Coleman is clearly upset and is having a talk with Ed Lewis. And Lewis gets away with just a warning. We'll see if Abe Coleman is as ready to disqualify guys in this match as he was in the last one. And Lewis is on the attack. Lewis attempts a Strangler's headlock on Frank Gotch. Gotch is trying to fight the pain. And Lewis tightens his Strangler's headlock, and Gotch manages to get free. And then Lewis locks it right back in. Gotch fighting again. And he manages to get free one more time. And Lewis with a choice situation. We can see a single leg takedown 2 that is going to work on rolls of 8 or lower, plus or minus the opponent's agility. Or a bear hug 3, which is going to work on rolls of 8 or lower, plus or minus the power. Agility is -3, so I don't think we're going to want anything to do with the single leg takedown, so we're going to go with the bear hug, which is going to work on 8 or lower, and it appears to have worked. And Gotch is hurt by the bear hug. And Lewis and Gotch are grappling near the ropes. Lewis and Gotch are locked in a clinch near the ropes. Lewis locks in an underhook, and after a short struggle for control, he throws Frank Gotch hard to the mat. Lewis once again locks in that Strangler's headlock. And Gotch once again manages to break free. And we've got another choice situation. We could see that rolling knee bar, which is going to work on 5 or lower. I don't think we're going to go there. Or a forearm uppercut, which is going to work on 8 or lower. So we're going to go for that forearm uppercut. He hits it. Gotch is hurt. And now Lewis with a double wrist lock. And Gotch is down. This is a dangerous place to be with Strangler Ed Lewis. And Lewis once again locks in that Strangler's headlock. And Gotch once again able to break free. You can see here he rolled a 12, so that was a mighty freeing himself from that submission. And once again, Strangler Lewis with a choice situation. We're going to see that bear hug. And Gotch is hurt by the bear hug. And now Ed Lewis attempts a grapevine and throw on Frank Gotch, but Gotch is able to reverse the move and take control of the match. Lewis counters Frank Gotch's attempt at a double leg. And now they're grappling near the ropes, and Lewis and Gotch are clinched near the ropes. Gotch manages to get free and sidestep Ed Lewis, catching him with a quick leg sweep. Now Gotch tries to lock in a half Nelson clutch hold slam on Ed Lewis. Lewis is hurt. And now Gotch with a choice situation. Gotch really doesn't have a good option on either of these. He is not going to try the power because that's only going to work on 4 or lower. This duck under takedown 3, which is an agility one, is going to work on 5 or lower, so we're going to see that. And he is successful. And Lewis can actually leave the ring. He does have an A ring rating, so he's going to roll out of the ring to recollect himself. And these ones are weird because I'm using the vintage charts, which are not geared for this. So these always read weird. As he rolled out of the ring to collect himself, he gets back in, and Gotch barrels them back into the ropes, and both wrestlers fall from the ring. Ed Lewis lands on top of Frank Gotch on the floor. Ed Lewis is able to get back into the ring, and Frank Gotch just manages to get back into the ring before Abe Coleman counted him out. And now, Ed Lewis locks on that Strangler's headlock as Gotch climbs back into the ring, and this time, that is all she wrote. Gotch cannot fight it off any longer. He submits to the Strangler's headlock, and Ed Lewis racks up another victory. And we move on to our main event, which is an NWC World's Heavyweight title match, which is going to see our champion, Gama, Great Gama, defend against Aleksander Aberg. We're going to go to match. This is going to be there. This is going to be the NWC World's Heavyweight title is going to be on the line in this one. And we are going to start the match. On his way to the ring, hailing from Amritsar, Punjab, India, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 240 pounds, the NWC World's Heavyweight Champion, Great Gama, and his opponent, on the way to the ring, hailing from Kolga Manor, Estonia, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighing in at 220 pounds, Aleksander Aberg. Gama and Aberg lock up, and Gama gets the upper hand. Gama attempts a thigh slap and charge on Aleksander Aberg. Aberg is dazed. Gama attempts a fireman's carry, and Aberg is hurt. The champion just going all out here, trying to put this away quickly like some of the other matches on the card. Gama with a palm strike on Aleksander Aberg. Aberg is dazed. Now Gama attempts an armbar and leg trip on Aleksander Aberg, but Aberg reverses that and takes control of the match. Aberg attempts a hammerlock on the Great Gama, and Gama is hurt. Now, Aberg with a hammerlock again on the Great Gama, and Gama's down. And now, Aleksander Aberg with a suplex, and a big suplex. And he's going for the cover on the Great Gama, but he only manages a 1 count. But how the tides have turned as Aleksander Aberg continues his assault. And another big suplex on Great Gama from Aleksander Aberg. Once again, only securing a 1 count. But man, he is showing Gama what for. Attempt to throw Great Gama from the ring. Aberg has mostly been a scientific wrestler in my promotion, so I'm going to say no. He's going to roll up, and he's going to attempt an Irish whip instead, which is really just grappling near the ropes. Aleksander Aberg and Great Gama are grappling near the ropes. Aberg backs away from the ropes, giving Gama time to secure a devastating crotch lift and body slam. So even though Aberg was doing great, he just couldn't keep control for too long. And now Gama with a Gama throw. And with a really crappy roll, that does it. Uh, the great Gama with a Gama throw scores the 3 count on Aleksander Aberg. Um, and that was a come from behind victory for the champion, but it is a victory nonetheless. And great Gama manages to successfully defend his title. I don't need to enter any notes. Everything is good there. Let's see. I'm checking something real quick. I that just went by so fast because some of the matches I expected them to go longer. So let's I don't know. Let's do a couple of random matches, I guess. I don't know who to put in these matches. These are obviously non-canon matches. They're mostly just for fun. So let's see here. I'm just kind of gonna scroll through here and see if there's anybody that catches my eye. If there's anyone joining me in the chat here and there's somebody that you want to see, you can go ahead and let me know. I don't know if anybody is there yet or has stuck around, so let's see here. Pat O'Connor. That's my chic. Okay. Let's do Dick the Bruiser versus... Let's see, who would be fun to put against Dick the Bruiser? Dick the Bruiser versus... We'll do Dick the Bruiser versus Bobo Brazil. Why not? Let's go to the match. This is an unrecorded match. We'll go start up the match. These guys don't have the hometown information entered, so let's flip them over so that I can see that. On his way to the ring, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighing in at 261 pounds, hailing from Reno, Nevada, Dick the Bruiser, and his opponent. On his way to the ring, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing in at 280 pounds, from Benton Harbor, Michigan, Bobo Brazil. Dick the Bruiser and Bobo Brazil lock up, and it looks like Dick the Bruiser has the upper hand. Bruiser attempts a fishhook on Bobo, and Bobo reverses the move and takes control of the match. And now Bobo with a backbreaker on Dick the Bruiser. And Bruiser takes that backbreaker hard, and Bobo goes for the cover, but only manages a 1 count. Now Bobo Brazil attempts a choke on the ropes on Dick the Bruiser, and Bruiser is hurt. Now, these guys could use either thing. I haven't loaded the... it's still basically on the... what's the word I'm looking for? The turnbuckle charts and things. So they're still on the vintage charts, so... backs him into the corner. Coleman orders Bobo Brazil and Dick the Bruiser to break clean, but Bobo Brazil throws a wild haymaker at the head of Dick the Bruiser. The Bruiser ducks the attack. And powerful double leg takedown. And now Dick the Bruiser with forearm smash on Bobo Brazil. Brazil is hurt by that forearm. And now a snapmare head twist. Bobo Brazil reverses that, takes control of the match. Bobo Brazil and Dick the Bruiser are grappling near the ropes. Brazil backs Dick the Bruiser into the ropes. Coleman steps in and breaks it up. Both Brazil and Dick the Bruiser break clean to the applause of the crowd. Bobo Brazil is quick to take control of the match. And now he's got a choice situation going on. Single leg takedown 2, that's going to work 8 or better. On agility, so that's 9 or better. Or a bear hug 3, that's going to work on 5 or better. Obviously, the single leg is the smarter move. And Dick the Bruiser still counters it. And now Bruiser with an Irish whip or a back into the turnbuckle. And Bruiser backs Brazil into the corner. Coleman orders a clean break, and as Bobo Brazil is stepping out of the corner, Bruiser shoots in with an outside single leg. And now Bruiser's forearm smash on Brazil again, dazing him. And Bruiser with a punch to the face. And Brazil dazed by that shot. And Dick the Bruiser attempts a face rake. Brazil reverses that, takes control of the match, and a flying dropkick from Bobo Brazil. But Dick the Bruiser moves out of the way, and Bobo goes crashing to the mat. And now he's going to back him into the buckle again. Coleman orders a clean break, and as Bobo is stepping out of the corner, Bruiser shoots in with an outside single leg again, taking him down. Irish whip or back into the turnbuckle. He's going to back him in again as Bruiser and Bobo are separated by Coleman. Bobo Brazil slips behind Dick the Bruiser and takes him down with a waistlock throw. Bobo Brazil attempts a choke on the ropes on Dick the Bruiser. And now Dick the Bruiser is hurt. Bobo Brazil attempts a flying dropkick on Dick the Bruiser. Bruiser reverses the move and takes control of the match. Now Dick the Bruiser attempts a choke on Bobo Brazil. Brazil is hurt. And now Dick the Bruiser attempts a forearm smash on Bobo Brazil. But Brazil reverses that one and takes control of the match. Now Brazil with a front face lock. And Dick the Bruiser is dazed. Bobo Brazil attempts a forearm smash on Dick the Bruiser. Bruiser reverses the forearm smashes and takes control. Dick the Bruiser attempts a face rake. And Bobo Brazil is dazed by that face rake. Now Dick the Bruiser punched to the face after raking the eyes. Brazil still dazed. And now Bruiser with another face rake. Bruiser definitely not playing fair here. And that final face rake left Brazil in a vulnerable, hurt state. And Bruiser with a knee smash. And now Bobo Brazil gonna leave the ring to recollect himself. As he gets back in, Dick the Bruiser shoves him back out of the ring. Coleman is clearly upset and is having a talk with Dick the Bruiser, and he gets away with just a warning. And now Bruiser with a choice situation. Could roll him into the turnbuckle or do a waistlock suplex. The turnbuckle is the safer option, it looks like. So he's going to back Bobo Brazil into a corner. He orders a clean break, but Dick the Bruiser has other ideas. Bobo Brazil is knocked loopy by a wild haymaker thrown by Dick the Bruiser. Bobo Brazil once again going to leave the ring to recollect himself. As he gets back into the ring, Dick the Bruiser moves in, and in the struggle near the ropes, Brazil falls from the ring. In a display of good sportsmanship, Dick the Bruiser holds the ropes open so Bobo Brazil may re-enter the ring. Certainly not the sort of good sportsmanship that you would imagine after several face rakes and a punch to the head, and then a crazy haymaker on an ordered clean break. But okay. Irish whip into the buckle. No, I'm going to roll up on Dick the Bruiser's card here. And Bobo Brazil counters Dick the Bruiser's attempt at an armbar and ear pull. And Bobo Brazil with a head scissors on Dick the Bruiser. Dick the Bruiser is dazed. And now Bobo Brazil with a front face lock. Bruiser still dazed. And now Brazil moving him towards the ropes, and in a struggle near the ropes, Bruiser falls out of the ring. In a display of good sportsmanship, now Brazil holds the ropes open, so Dick the Bruiser may re-enter the ring. Bobo Brazil attempts a flying dropkick on Dick the Bruiser. And Bruiser moves out of the way. Bobo Brazil goes crashing to the mat, and Dick the Bruiser takes control. Now Bruiser with a snapmare and head twist. And Bobo Brazil is hurt. Dick the Bruiser attempts a body slam on Bobo Brazil. Brazil is down. Now Dick the Bruiser attempts a pile driver on Bobo Brazil. And Brazil is hurt. Dick the Bruiser attempts a snapmare and head twist on Bobo Brazil. Brazil is hurt once again. Now Dick the Bruiser attempts a knee smash. And after the knee smash, he goes for the cover. And Bobo Brazil kicks out at 1. But Dick the Bruiser quick to re-attack after the kick out. And now he's got a stomach claw on Bobo Brazil. Brazil is going to roll out of the ring. As he gets back in the ring, they struggle near the ropes, and Bobo Brazil falls out. Bruiser once again holds those ring ropes open so Bobo Brazil may re-enter the ring. And now Dick the Bruiser with a boot rake on Bobo Brazil after holding the ropes open. That dazes Bobo Brazil. Bruiser with a fish hook on Bobo Brazil. He just invited him back into the ring so that he could maul him with illegal tactics, apparently. Bobo Brazil is dazed by the fish hook, but he manages to counter an armbar and ear pull. And an attempt at an Irish whip to the turnbuckle, so this is just going to back him into the buckle. And Coleman orders a clean break, and as Dick the Bruiser is stepping out of the corner, Bobo Brazil shoots in with an outside single leg takedown. And Bobo Brazil attempts a Bobo body slam on Dick the Bruiser. And Bruiser is hurt. And here we go with Bobo Brazil. He's got a head scissors on Dick the Bruiser now. Bruiser reverses the move, takes control of the match, and then Brazil counters Dick the Bruiser's follow-up, that ill-fated armbar and ear pull. And now Brazil attempts a head scissors on Dick the Bruiser. Are these guys... It has to be an agility move. Yep, it sure is. Head scissors on Dick the Bruiser. And Bruiser reverses that and takes control of the match. And now Bruiser with a fish hook. And Bobo Brazil reverses the fish hook and takes control. Why couldn't we get any of these kind of matches on the official card? Where it's just counters and good wrestling. Bobo Brazil with a backbreaker on Dick the Bruiser. Bruiser is down. And now Bobo Brazil nails him with a cocoa butt. Only gets a 1 count, though, as the Bruiser is back up. But he is dazed. And Bobo Brazil nails him with another cocoa butt. Only gets a 1 count that time as well. And Bruiser is hurting. And there it is, a third cocoa butt on Dick the Bruiser. Finally ends this match as Bobo Brazil is able to get the 1, 2, 3. So Bobo Brazil is your winner against Dick the Bruiser. I'll do another match or two. I don't really know what everybody wants to see. If there's anybody watching live, you can let me know if you've got any suggestions. Otherwise, I'm just going to scroll through this until I see people that I might want to throw into a match. Penny Banner. I really hope we get her in the Tragos Thez set. Johnny Valentine, Mr. Saito, Paul Pons. Let's see here. Cowboy Lang, Dan said Don Morocco, Gory Guerrero, Ivan Koloff. Keep scrolling too far. Hansen. Hansen is not a very successful card for me. I don't know if anybody else has that same issue with him. But Stan Hansen just doesn't win matches for me. Let's do Dutch Savage versus... Let's see here. Dutch Savage versus... Somebody's got to be interesting. No female midgets. I don't think that would be that much of a good fight. You know what? Let's do Dutch Savage versus Dr. X. I haven't used Dr. X's card very much since the Perennial, so we're going to do that. And let's make it interesting here. It's going to be unrecorded, but we're going to load a match type. Or no, I'm actually going to do an escape cage match. Just because, why not, right? So we're going to start this match. And let's flip him over so I can read the hometown information. On his way to the ring, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing in at 265 pounds, hailing from Scranton, Pennsylvania, Dutch Savage. And his opponent, on the way to the ring, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 242 pounds, hailing from parts unknown, Dr. X. And it looks like Dr. X has the upper hand after the lockup, and he's going to attempt a back body drop on Dutch Savage. Savage is hurt. And now Dr. X with a headlock takeover on Dutch Savage. Savage reverses that and takes control of the match. And Savage with a headlock and fast punches on Dr. X. Dr. X reverses the move, takes control of the match. Dr. X with an arm wringer on Dutch Savage. Savage reverses that and takes control of the match. And now we've got some hard chops to the chest on Dr. X. And Dr. X is hurt. And now Savage with a belly-to-back suplex. Dr. X is down. And Savage with a big knee drop on Dr. X, hurting him. And Savage attempts a dropkick on Dr. X. And Dr. X is hurt. Now Dutch Savage attempts a kick to the midsection on Dr. X, hurting him. And now Dutch Savage with another kick to the midsection. Dr. X is hurt once again. And Dutch Savage with another kick to the midsection. And Dr. X finally gets fed up with being kicked in the gut and reverses the move. Now Dr. X with a body slam on Dutch Savage, and he is hurt. And Savage with forearm smashes. Dr. X with forearm smashes on Dutch Savage. And here we go. We've got a kick to the midsection on Dr. X. And then Dr. X rolled. Dutch Savage starts to head for the cage door. Savage is about a quarter of the way across the ring. Dr. X finally starts to stir. And Dr. X makes a beeline for the cage door before Dutch Savage could get any further. Dr. X pulls Dutch Savage back into the ring and the two begin brawling. Savage gets the upper hand and continues his attack. This looks weird. He should be on level 3 offense. I'm going to need to take a look at that. And now Savage nails him with a running pile driver. Savage starts to head for the cage door. Savage is about a quarter of the way across the ring. Savage is about halfway to the door. Dr. X finally starts to stir. Dr. X heads to the door. Savage is nearly there. Dr. X grabs Dutch Savage by the arm and jerks him back into the ring. Both wrestlers are throwing wild strikes. Dutch Savage finally puts Dr. X down and continues the attack. And now Dutch Savage attempts a thumb to the throat on Dr. X. And Dr. X is down. Savage once again nails him with that running pile driver. Could this do it? Dutch Savage starts to climb the cage this time. Savage is about a quarter of the way up. Dr. X finally starts to stir. Dr. X makes a beeline for the cage after Savage can't get before Savage can get any higher. Dr. X pulls Dutch Savage back down off the cage and the two begin brawling. Dutch Savage gets the upper hand and continues the attack. Now Savage with a big knee drop on Dr. X. Dr. X is hurt. Rich Dillon is saying Sting. I could do a Sting match after this. And I'll talk about where to, how to get this or why you can't get this, really, or why it's moderately private between the matches. So Dr. X is hurt by Dutch Savage. Savage attempts a dropkick on Dr. X. Dr. X reverses the move and takes control of the match. Now Dr. X with a forearm smash on Dutch Savage. Dutch Savage is hurt. And now Dr. X attempts a body slam on Dutch Savage. Savage is hurt again. Dr. X attempts a body slam again on Dutch Savage, just picking him up as he's getting back up and slamming him back down. Savage reverses this new body slam and takes control of the match. And now Dr. X nailed with a dropkick from Dutch Savage, and Dr. X is hurt. And Dutch Savage with a belly-to-back suplex on Dr. X. X hurt again. Dutch Savage with another belly-to-back suplex. Dr. X is down this time. And now Savage with repeated stomps. Every time I say Savage, I think of Randy Savage, even though it's Dutch Savage. Just kind of one of those things where one guy has a name that's just kind of super synonymous with one particular wrestler. Dutch Savage attempts a repeated stomps, and Dr. X is hurt. Now Dutch Savage nails him with a dropkick, and Dr. X hurt again. Savage attempts a clothesline on Dr. X, and that takes Dr. X down. And now Dutch Savage with a running piledriver on Dr. X, and Savage starts to head for the cage door. Dutch Savage is about a quarter of the way across the ring. Dutch Savage is about halfway to the door. Dr. X finally starts to stir, and he heads towards the door. Dutch Savage is at the door. Dr. X tries in vain to pull Dutch Savage back into the ring, but after a short brawl, Dutch Savage is able to make his way through the door and out of the cage. Dutch Savage has escaped the cage and won the match. So yeah, cage matches, they're pretty enjoyable in this. A lot better than in Fire Pro, in my opinion, which has some of the crappiest cage matches in the history of wrestling gaming. So Sting was the suggestion, so we will definitely do a Sting match. Is there anyone you would like to see Sting against? By the way, I only have Blonde Surfer Sting. I absolutely abhor the Crow Sting, so even though I think there's a Crow Sting bootleg, I just never bothered with it. So you're going to have to put up with a Blonde Surfer Sting. And if there's anyone you want to see him against, you can go ahead and post that in the chat. I'll go through your other question, which is there any way to get this app? Right now, I'm still actively working on this. This is I guess you would call it an alpha or a beta. It doesn't have many bugs, so it's not in that stage of alpha or beta, but I'm still adding things to it. And I guess because they don't want a whole lot of competition with the online service, and because the last time like a fan-made desktop application came out, there was some confusion about whether it was official or not, and some weird argument or sort of problem took place. Mike Molesky, who is I think he's the product director or whatever at he's one of the Phil Singer Games staff, asked me not to share this around at this point. So Phil Singer has been nothing but great to me, so I have no problem listening to them. I do allow people to join the testing team. It's a private thing. You have to ask to be included. If you are interested in that, you can send me a message on the official Phil Singer boards. My name is Carlzilla on there. You can join the Phil Singer Games Fans Discord and send me a message there. I'm Carlzilla on there as well. and you will need to have a PC with Windows, and you will need to be willing to use Discord because that's how I release updates for the program to the testing team. So if you're interested in it, you can join. You will have to reach out to me on one of those in one of those two places. I don't post things publicly on YouTube, so adding a comment to the videos here or asking in the chat won't get you the the information you need. You need to message me on either the Phil Singer Games forums or on the Phil Singer Games fans Discord server. I think there's a link to that on the official forums if you're interested in joining there as well. So you can do that. Otherwise, there is no way to get this. It isn't publicly available where you can just get a link and download it. Hopefully in the future that will be the case, though. I do want to release this to the fans. If you're new to it and you have no idea what it is, it comes empty. I've added every card I own. You can do the same, but it does not come with cards. So there's that. So if you we're gonna do versus Rick Rude. But yeah, if you're not interested in adding cards to it, then it might not be for you. It's not super hard to add cards. I've done some videos and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it doesn't come pre-made or preloaded with cards. You'll have to provide your own. So anyway, we've got Sting and Rick Rude in this next match. And here we go. On his way to the ring, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing in at 260 pounds, hailing from Venice Beach, California, Sting. And his opponent, on his way to the ring, hailing from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing in at 246 pounds, Rick Rude. Sting and Rick Rude lock up, and it looks like Rick Rude has the upper hand. Rude attempts a face rake on Sting. Sting reverses the face rake and takes control of the match. Sting with a reverse atomic drop on Rick Rude. Rude is hurt. Sting with a choice situation here. He could try the duck under takedown 3, which is going to work on 6. You know what I'm going to do? Hold on. Ignore that real quick. He counters the duck under takedown. I am going to go here, and I am going to reset all the tables to their default table. Into the ropes, turnbuckle, because that'll make more sense for this match. Out of the ring. And choice situation. Okay. And after Rude counters that attempt, we've got a falling forearm drop on Sting. Sting reverses the move, takes control of the match. We've got another choice situation. We could throw the opponent into the ropes, which is going to... He's got a B ropes rating. Or we could do a belly-to-belly suplex 2, which is going to work on 8 plus or minus power. His power is 2, so that's going to be 6 or better. I think we're going to see the Irish whip into the ropes. Sting whips Rick Rude into the ropes. Rude comes off the ropes with a flying shoulder tackle on Sting. Rick Rude attempts a pile driver on Sting. Sting is hurt. Now Rude with a knee lift to the midsection on Sting, dazing him. And now Sting counters Rick Rude's attempt at a dropkick. And Sting with a one-handed bulldog on Rick Rude. Rude is hurt. And now Sting once again with a choice situation. That belly-to-belly, which is going to work on 6 or lower. Or the throw opponent into the ropes. So we're going to see another Irish whip into the ropes. Sting whips Rude into the ropes. Sting sets up for a back body drop, but Rick Rude counters it with a pile driver. And once again, now Rude this time with a choice situation. A flying elbow drop 3, which is going to work on 8 plus or minus agility, which is -1, so that's going to work on 7 or better. Or we could try a death jump, and Sting's death jump rating is a B. So I think we're actually going to try the 7 or lower. And Sting counters Rick Rude's attempt at a flying elbow drop. And now Sting with a choice situation. He could either try a moonsault, which is going to work on 7 plus or minus 0, so that's 7. Or it doesn't even matter. That's the better option. Sting with a moonsault on Rick Rude. Rude is hurt. Sting gonna try another moonsault, and it's successful, and Rude is hurt again. I prefer Surfer Sting as well. I just don't. The crow thing was just kind of meh. Not for me, I guess. And current Sting is just a joke. I don't even. All respect to the dude. I'm sure he's a great guy. Or maybe, I don't know. But it's time for him to retire. Sting attempts a chops to the chest and Stinger yell on Rick Rude. Rude reverses the move and takes control of the match. Rude with a double thrust on Sting. Sting is hurt. Now Rude attempts a top rope sledgehammer on Sting. Sting is hurt once again. Rick Rude attempts a falling forearm drop on Sting. And Sting is hurt once again. Now Rude with a knee lift to the midsection. Sting reverses the move, takes control of the match, and then drops an elbow on Rick Rude. Rude is hurt. And now Sting with a rolling Copo kick on Rick Rude. Rude is hurt once again. And Sting chops to the chest and Stinger yell. Rude takes those chops hard and is hurting. And now Sting has a choice situation. He could throw him into the ropes or a belly-to-belly. The ropes is the better option there. So here we go. Sting whips Rick Rude into the ropes. Sting nails Rude with a running back elbow. Now Sting with the chops to the chest and Stinger yell on Rude again. And Rude says no this time and takes control of the match. Now Rude with a double thrust on Sting. Sting is dazed. And Rude with another double thrust, hurting Sting. And Rude sets him up and hits a clothesline. Sting not going to leave the ring. He's a good guy. And Rude with a Rude Awakening on Sting. But Rude can only get a 1 count off that Rude Awakening. Sting kicks out at 1. And Rude with another Rude Awakening on Sting. And once again, Sting kicks out at 1. And Rude is left in control of the match with a very, very beat-up Sting. Rude nails a pile driver. Sting is hurt. He's attempting a suplex on Sting. Sting is hurt once again. And now, Rude climbs to the top and hits a top rope sledgehammer on Sting. Sting hurt once again. And now Rick Rude with a knee lift to the midsection. Sting hurt still. Rude sets him up and clotheslines him. And no, Sting is not going to leave the ring. Sting is a good guy. Sting is down. And we are going to see neither one of these are great for Rick Rude here. We've got the leg drop 2, 7 plus or minus agility, so that's going to be 6 or lower. Or the running lariat, 7 plus or minus power. Power is negative 3, so that's going to be 4 or lower. Obviously, he's going to try that leg drop. And Sting is able to counter the leg drop. And Sting with a choice situation. Sting is going to throw him into the ropes. Sting drops down as Rick Rude comes off the ropes. Rick Rude comes flying off that second the second time across the ring with a flying shoulder tackle on Sting as Sting gets up from the drop down. And Rude attempts a pile driver. Sting is hurt. And now Rude with a knee lift to the midsection. Sting hurt again. And now Rude with a suplex. Sting is still hurt. Rude attempts that clothesline again. That has put Sting down a good number of times so far. And Rude is pinning Sting, but he only managed to get the 1 count off the clothesline. And now, Rude gonna throw Sting from the ring. Rude throws Sting to the floor. In order to meet Abe Coleman's count, Sting crawls helplessly back into the ring. Rick Rude attempts a pile driver on Sting. And Sting is hurt once again. And now Rude with a knee lift to the midsection again on Sting. Sting is getting beat up pretty good. Let's see here. Rude with a falling forearm drop on Sting. Sting is hurt. Now Rude with a knee lift to the midsection on Sting. Sting reverses the move, takes control of the match. Sting has that trusty choice situation, the belly-to-belly or the ropes. I think he's going to try the belly-to-belly this time. Throwing Rick Rude into the ropes has not worked out for him. So Rick Rude counters Sting's attempt at a belly-to-belly, so that's not working out for him either. And now Rude going to attempt an Irish whip. Rick Rude throws him into the ropes and then drops down twice as Sting comes off the ropes. And then Rude attempts a sunset flip, but Sting grabs his legs and rolls him up into a pinning situation. And that's only a 1 count as Rude kicks out. But now Sting is in control of the match. And now Sting going to go up to the top rope. Rick Rude stumbles to his feet just as Sting comes off the top turnbuckle with a perfect cross body block for the pin. And once again only gets a 1 count on Rick Rude. And the tides have turned as Sting is in control of this match. He's going to throw Rick Rude from the ring. And Sting crushes Rick Rude with a spectacular suplex outside the ring as he gets back in. And Abe Coleman signals for the bell. Rick Rude has been counted out. The winner of the match at 25 minutes and 7 seconds is Sting. Alright, so that's going to do it for us. We're now over an hour, which is kind of where I was hoping my actual card would take us to. It's about 45 minutes to an hour. So with the extra matches we got there. But yeah, if you're interested in this and don't mind being part of a small group that sort of tests it out for me, go ahead and hit me up on the official Filsinger Games forums. I'm Carlzilla on there. I'm not too hard to find. Or in the Filsinger Games fans Discord. I am Carlzilla in there as well. You can send me a private message or a direct message in either of those places, and I will add you to the group of testers for this program, and you can give it a whirl. With that, I am out. I will see you all next week with card 4.5 from my personal Fed, and maybe some more random matches if it goes as slowly as it seemed to last time. Or, I mean, if it goes as quickly as it went this time. I don't know what was going on there. I just said the reverse of what I mean. Anyway, so thank you for joining us or watching later if you're watching on demand. Y'all have a good day, and I will talk to you later.